In this lecture we're going to cover the model line and model text functionality under the Create tab. Model lines are effectively 3D lines that exist in 3D space but do not have any solid geometry associated to them, so they will not show up in renders and you cannot assign a material parameter to them. And model text is 3D model text that you can place within the project. So we'll start with model lines. Let's say we wanted to add a circulation space in front of the desk so that when we were designing we could allow for minimum space for circulation. To do that we'll create a reference plane at the back here. We'll give it a dimension. We'll set it to 1200 and then we'll give a parameter called access zone depth. What we can then do is create three model lines that will denote this area. So we'll create three model lines, and you notice how they are placed on a plane. So we're going to make sure that this is set to the reference level so they are located on the floor. And we're going to then use the pick lines tool to pick the edge of the reference plane here and there and this end one, and we're going to trim these and align the model line to the edge. If we look at it in 3D, we've got these three lines here. However, we probably wouldn't want to have them as solid lines, so what we can do is create a new subcategory under Manage Object Styles and call this Access Zone, and we can set the override in here. So we'll have it as grey and dashed. We can select these three model lines and we can change the subcategory to access zone, and you can see how they are visible here. So they're visible in 3D and in plan, but they do not have any solid geometry, so you cannot select them and add materials or anything to them. So when we load it into the project, you'll see they then appear here. And in plan, I delete this desk, you can see that there's an access zone here, and if should you wish to hide it on any particular views, you would just simply go to Furniture and turn off the access zone subcategory and turn it on again. So that's model lines, so they're very useful for indicating small items such as cables or wires or any kind of zone that you wouldn't want to necessarily model in 3D. So model text is text that you can place in the project and it appears in 3D. So here you can see it's incredibly thick. You can change the type value, so you can change the font and the size. So we'll make this quite small, we'll make it 50 mil. That's quite small. And then you can change the height of it as an instance basis in the family. So I'm just going to make that, we'll make that 10. So you can also edit the work plane. So let's have this as being placed on the desktop work plane. And then what we'll do is we'll go to plan and we will just align this. So you can use the align tool to the bottom left hand corner of our desk. So this is all well and good, however what we can do is associate the text value of the model text to an actual value that we can specify through a parameter. So we can use the associate family parameter tool again. There are some already existing built-in Revit parameters that we can use, or we can create our own. So here we can create one called desk number, and this will be an instance because it'll be unique to that desk, and we're going to keep it under the text grouping. Okay, so if we go to our types, you can see that the desk number by default is model text. We can change that, the default value, to number 1, sorry, 1, by clicking on the value in here, and there you can see it's number 1. Again, we can add the visibility so that it's only visible in plan and at fine level of detail, and we can also give it the same material parameter as the worktop. So now when we load this into the project and overwrite, you'll see that because we're in Find, you can now see the desk number, and if you click on the desk, you can change the desk number in here to say number 2, and this desk number here, number 3, etc. And then you can see it in 3D. So you can often use, change the scale a bit so you can see. So you can often use model text to denote more symbols and graphics on wall families and things like that. But this is just an example to show you how you can associate model text to a parameter that you can then define through a family.